Well, I mean, that's the argument for life visiting us, is the idea that we split the atom, and somehow that's like a fire alarm in the universe.
That's why the club, the mothership, the rooms are named Fat Man and Little Boy.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, because after the...
Yeah, because after the bombs is when the UFO phenomenon really hyped up. It really increased radically. The Kenneth Arnold sighting, the famous, where the term flying saucer was coined, that was in the 1950s. I want to say that's like 52. And then
it feels like that. It feels like, I don't know, 10 years ago, talking about being visited by aliens was like absolutely tinfoil.
Yeah.
And now politicians are asking questions, and we kind of want to know more, and yet it feels like it's kind of a news story that wouldn't be surprising now.
Right. Well, I think that's the goal. Like, the goal is to normalize it. And if you were a government, we had Hal Puthoff on, who's a physicist, who during the Bush administration was contracted along with several other scientists to devise a list. This was the mandate. They came to them and said, here's the issue. We have crashed UFOs and we have recovered biological entities that are not of this world. What would be the pros? And they didn't tell them if this was true or not. They said, what would be the pros of disclosure? What would be the cons? And I want you to attach a numerical value to each one. So disruption of government, religion, politics, all these different things. Like, what would happen to the nuclear family? Like, what happens if we know we're not alone? What happens if we are visited on a consistent basis? What happens? And when they did it at the end, all of the scientists had achieved similar conclusions that the cons outweighed the pros in terms of numbers. And so because of that, they decided not to disclose. So this was like during the 1980s, I guess? 90s? When was Bush 2? No, okay, 2000. So 2000. So it was around then. Yeah.
Yeah, what do they know? What do they tell you the first day?
I don't think they tell you the first day. I think the president is a temp. The president's like a substitute teacher. I don't think you get to know much. I don't think Trump knows.
Well, I think they
probably told him some things.
I worry that the government is like, there's a theory that there hasn't really been an American government since 1945.
Kennedy. No, since 63.
Well, because everything got siloed. Mm-hmm. Like in wartime, everyone's talking to everyone and making everything happen, and it's like, okay, we're at war, and then everything gets siloed, and okay, that's a secret thing, that's a secret thing, that's a secret thing, and then the guy that's holding the secret keys retires, and that whole department's just funded forever, but you don't quite, they're not talking to them.
And then you have people that are in great positions of power that get off on keeping these secrets and keeping this information and having the knowledge and keeping it only to themselves, especially if they're manipulating things. This was like a big problem with the CIA, and this led to when they had the disclosures and the Church Commission, and when people found out what the CIA was up to and all the weird shit they did with MK Ultra and